exhausted this morning. I don't know what's going on. I think I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, a bit like Gladys Berejiklian. Have you heard? We've got a new person in charge up here. They said that, you know, daylight savings on the weekend, we had to set our clock back an hour, but really we've set it back 50 years. Yeah, I'm a bit terrified being a woman up here. So I might just start dressing as a man, maybe. So I was pronouncing his name wrong too for days. I kept saying Dominic Perrottet, but that's not right apparently. It rhymes with Chardonnay. Dom Perrottet rhymes with Chardonnay. So yeah, and then if I forget that, I just say Dom Perignon, and everybody knows what I'm talking about as well. So it's okay. She's been ousted. Goodness me. It's very interesting actually seeing the real split in opinions actually up here, with either people on my Facebook feed all saying, poor Gladys, unlucky in love, you know, we've all had that happen to us and stuff. And, you know, the other people are all saying, you know, posting memes of Gladys saying, you know, if anyone's asking, I'll be at the paper shredder. So, yeah, it's very funny. There's sort of no in between in this day and age. It's either, you know, absolutely people falling on their sword for Gladys saying, oh, how will we ever survive? She got us through the bushfires and then through the pandemic, and I think they've all sort of had Stockholm syndrome, all stuck at home for months in lockdown, watching Gladys every day, our fearless leader, getting us out of the pandemic. So, and they're all having a nervous breakdown. So apparently we have, yeah, apparently we hit 70%. Yes. Oh no, well no, you'd think they'd all be sort of whistles and bells and streamers and stuff, but no. I think what does happen? Actually, I did spend about an hour yesterday going through all the website trying to get up to date with all the restrictions and what it means. And honestly, you come out of there more confused than when you started. It's so confusing. And apparently that up here the police have taken, I think it's $9 million of revenue raising from just on the spot fines for people doing the wrong thing. But even the police are sort of giving out fines and nobody knows what's going on. So they're all being sort of contested and stuff. So I don't know what happens at 70%, but I know that yesterday morning I did get my first invitation to go out for dinner. So I know, imagine that. So that's, I know, right? So at the first week of November, and I said, well, that actually is perfect for me because I've got my second vaccination at the start of that week. And then theoretically, I'm going to go out to dinner at a restaurant, like at the end of the first week of November. I know. I know. Isn't that insane? So I'll have to shave under my armpits just for the occasion. And I'll have everything. And conversation. And there'll be other people to look at other tables. Oh, won't it be exciting? Oh, I must say, as a writer, I haven't had any inspiration. I think part of my what I get inspiration from is just going to coffee shops or restaurants or even the supermarket queue and just sort of making up stories in my head about other people. So that, just can't wait for that. That's going to be fantastic. Not Kevin 07. You've gone past Kevin 07, up to Kevin 777 maybe. There's Kevin 778. Look at that. Hey, speaking of people all being given names on tracksuits and stuff, are you hooked watching Squid Game yet? Oh, it's really fun. I said that to someone the other day. I said, it's so much fun. And he said, oh, you've got a bit of a strange idea of what fun is. And I said, fun as in sort of, eating a T-bone steak without cutlery kind of fun. It's great. It's terrific. The more I haven't quite finished it, watching it with my older kids yet, and I think it's a cross between sort of James Bond and David Lynch and The Masked Singer. And I think, gosh, they've spent half the budget on fake blood, I think. So, but it's just great. Oh, I love it. And I keep watching it too because they've got to play all these sort of childhood games to get through. I won't give anything away, I promise. But they've got to play these childhood games to kind of get through. And I'm thinking all the childhood games, it really does sound like New South Wales politics. They're playing red light, green light, which is just like the West Connex, or whatever it's called up here, the traffic thing where they've been burrowing so many holes through underneath and nothing ever gets finished. I don't know. It's like a honeycomb literally underneath the city of Sydney. So, and tug of war, you know, where they all sort of pull each other off a ledge and get guillotined. It is. It's just like New South Wales politics. It's fabulous. But that's all. That's all I have. I don't know. I've got no jokes attached to this, but I just was browsing crazily this morning. Do you know that the city of Venice, which I will never get to, they're now tracing all of their tourists. I mean, I did go there years and years ago, and I remember some Venetian lady going absolutely off at me, and I thought, oh, isn't she lovely? She's come over to say hello, and I was saying, oh, hi, you know, buongiorno. Yes, I'm from Australia. And then I realised she was telling me off because I was sitting somewhere I shouldn't have. So they hate the tourists, hate them. So now they're actually watching them with all the security cameras and following them all and with surveillance on their mobile phones to see exactly where all these tourists are from and how old they are and everything about them. I mean, it is really, we are going into a dystopian future, aren't we? Like, that's a real story. That's not Squid Game, that's real. They seem to be constantly easily overwhelmed, actually, in Venice, from what I can see. I don't even know why the tourists would want to go there, really, because I just remember going there and ordering something for dinner. I think I actually got, speaking of Squid Games, I think I ordered something and couldn't understand Italian and went, oh, I'll just pick that one, and it came, it was this hideous, or maybe it was this specialty that you're meant to have when you're in Venice. It was some revolting plate of black squid ink, revolting stuff. Oh, it was hideous, you know, and I probably paid about $600 for it back then because it was so extortionate. So, gosh, I don't know why the tourists want to, you know, are all fighting to go there. Who knows? I'll probably have tons of people messaging me saying, you uncultured fool, what do you know? Gondolas, yeah, but it stinks. I don't know. I think I went there on my honeymoon, actually, and the whole place had flooded, and they all said, oh, this is very rare, and it was all flooding, and yeah, that's what I mean, and everyone says, oh, it's really rare, and every second person you speak to says, yes, it was flooded when I was there too, with this stinking putrid water that was sort of coming up to your thighs, while you're sort of, you know, pushing through on these little ramps, pulling your suitcase with one broken wheel. It was horrible. And giant seagulls, remember that? Like, hideous giant seagulls. Oh, I didn't have a good time in Venice. Yeah, get me off. Oh, no, not get me off, push me off. You too. Love you both. Bye.